we got Charlamagne the God again. And he's blasting Democrats for not securing the border. I don't watch this guy's podcast, so I'm not going to say he didn't say this stuff in regards to where was this message kind of during the election? Where was this push to say that Democrats weren't doing their damn job? And maybe he did, so I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, he made these remarks, a Sunday ABC News interview with Jonathan Karl on This Week. He goes, I think some of this backlash to race and gender and identity politics, he said, but man, most people, they just care about keeping food on the table and keeping our roof over their head. And I think sometimes people forget about that.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What people are you talking about? Sometimes people forget about that. Who are these people? That's what I want to know. Because 85% of the country voted for Donald Trump.
What do you make of the demographics here? I mean, Trump got 1 out of every 3 voters of color.
No.
Yeah.
1 out of
33%.
No. Really?
Yeah.
When you say color, you mean like black, brown, everything. Oh, well, I think that, people have different issues that they care about. And I think that there's nobody out there that's a single issue voter. I think some of this is a backlash to race and gender and identity politics. But, man, most people, they just care about keeping food on their table and keeping a roof over their head. And I think sometimes people forget about that. I think that they forget about, the working class. And for whatever reason, Donald Trump speaks to the grievances of the working class in a real way. And I keep telling folks, people will forget what you did. They'll forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. And when you go back to 2020, even though it was a pandemic and it was COVID,
yeah,
people don't care. All they know is they got stimulus checks with his name on it, and that's what they remember. And so people think about that. When you have conversations with folks, they be like, yo, I remember how 2020 felt. And they think that they're going to feel that, in this next term.
Yeah, I mean, how do you explain? I mean, he obviously swept the battleground states. He drove up, turnout around the country in Republican areas. But he did much better than he had done before in places like Chicago, Brooklyn, Queens.
Really? What? Yeah, 33%. Yeah. I mean, they say color. You mean like black, brown, and everything? Yes. Oh, gosh. I think people forget about, the food and the kitchen table issues. They just want to have a roof over their head. Nobody forgets about it. That's why everybody voted for Trump. Oh, God, it's too good. So he blasts the Democrats regarding the border. But, why didn't you do this necessarily the entire time that we were running this election or during the 4 years that Joe Biden was running office? And like I said, maybe he did.
Trump is saying, build the wall. And when they were telling you that it was a problem, y'all was saying, no, it's not a problem. Let's create sanctuary cities and let's bring, the people into our cities. And so when they started putting those, illegal immigrants on the buses and on the planes and sending them to those sanctuary cities, what did they say then? No, don't come. So it looked like the Republicans were right and Democrats were wrong. And nobody knew that was going to be one of the big central issues that people thought about when they went into that voter booth.
It's weird also how he's talking. He's almost making it seem like he's not a part of the Democrat side of the aisle when I'm almost positive he is. But that's here nor there. Good on him for calling out the Democrat Party and all the, messaging, the red flags that Donald Trump was waving back in 2016. Hey, we need a border wall, Nancy. We need a freaking border wall, Chuck. The American people know it. You know it. Fence wall, whatever. I want it so big. That Elon Musk, Daddy Musk, Uncle Musk could see it from Mars.